Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope you had a great weekend. Welcome to Reseller Rowboat. Tonight is my shipping live stream where I show you what sold on eBay and Poshmark over the weekend. This channel is also for socialization to get to know other resellers, and it's a place where I can document my reselling journey. And tonight I'm going to be talking about a goal that I met this past month and just a little bit about it, and then we're going to see what's shipping out. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm already having a little bit of trouble with my camera, so let's hope it holds out. Let's hope my internet holds out. And I see I've got one person in the chat. If you can make yourself known, let me know who you are so I can tell you hello. I do have an announcement that I will make later on, but tomorrow night's Tag Talk is going to be postponed until Monday, June 10th. So I will be letting you know as it gets sooner if that show is still going to go on June 10th. Hey, Carol, what's up? How was your weekend? What did you do? We had every hope of swimming this weekend, and we are unfortunately still dealing with recovery from the tornado, and we are spending a lot of time sleeping and talking and being anxious when the weather turns bad. It was actually supposed to thunderstorm today, and so it's kind of like a little bit of PTSD going on, I think. I don't know why. We didn't really have any damage, but it's so good to have you here, Carol, and you're the only one here, so you can bring up any topic you want. But I'm going to go and get started because there are going to be people watching later. And hello, and if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for your subscription. I'm almost to 1,000 subs, so that's really exciting. The topic I'm going to talk about tonight before I start shipping is that May was my best month ever that I've had on eBay since I started selling in 2017. March was my best month until May. And when I hit that number on March 31st, I got super excited and, up and down, congratulations to me, pat on the back. And then it was just kind of like blah. It was kind of like anticlimactic for some reason. Went to the bins, didn't find much. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Sometimes it's hit or miss at the bins. I understand that. My problem is I travel far to the bins, and so when I get there and there's not a lot, I get kind of upset that I drove all that way. So the other thing that happened on Friday, March 31st, when I hit that number was my mind starts telling me things, just starts going in all different directions. What did I do differently? Why didn't I hit it in April? In May, there were 4 days that I showed y'all last week where I didn't make very many sales because I had actually turned my store off for 8 to 10 hours when the storm had hit. And then when I turned the store back on, it took about 4 days for my sales to go back to normal. And so I was like, how did I hit that number in May, even with those 4 days? Beth, you shouldn't have turned your store off. Just think of all the sales you missed in those 4 days. And we just can't do that. We can't do it's hindsight is 2020. We just can't do that. What did I do differently? I didn't list hardly any parts in May. I didn't sell. I probably sold 3 parts in May, if that many, I would think. I didn't list newly sourced items in May, hardly at all. I have very little inventory. In fact, I just went back and inventoried old items that were listed and, changed the picture, changed the title, made sure that the color in item specifics was a solid color, added my AI description, and ran it back through. So for 3 weeks, I just basically added just a few new items. And so that obviously wasn't something that, I needed to do, was add more items. When I joined Text Group back in 2021, I believe, the big thing was draft banks. You've got to have drafts. Just build that draft bank up, and every day you let the same number of items go live every single day. And I think I'm getting ready to sneeze. I'm so sorry. Let me try not to sneeze loud. Sorry about that. And I did that from 2021 on, every day, same number of items, 5 items a day, 5 items a day. Then I went to 10 items a day, and then 15 items a day. But right now, I'm not so sure that the number that you list every day is that important. I think it's more that you're consistent in something. All through last summer and all through the fall, when my store had tanked and I was not motivated and I was not happy and I really wanted to quit, actually. The one thing I did was every morning I got up and I did my eBay morning maintenance routine. I have like 7 things that I do the first thing in the morning, and no matter what, I did them. And I think that that's really hard when you are not motivated to work on your store. The first thing that goes are your procedures, and it can really hurt you. But I made myself do it. And every day I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? It's not helping. It's not helping. But so I think really that is what saved me, was just being consistent. My sales markdowns used to be 10%, 30%, 40%, and 50%. In May, I changed my 30%, which is anything listed 6 months or longer. I changed it from 30% to 20%. So now I was at 10, 20, 40, and 50. And I did that because I thought I want people to make larger offers. So if it's 20% on sale, they'll make me a bigger offer than they would if it was 30% on sale. A lot of times people try to offer half of what is up there in the red. In May, and then this month, June, I've decided I'm going to change to 10, 20, 30, and 40. So I'm getting rid of the 50% in hopes that the items that were 50% off that are now 40, I will get larger offers. That's really the only thing I can think of that I did differently to bring me more sales, is that maybe the offers I was receiving were larger than they were before. It really is. This year, Janie and I hit a major financial goal in our household, and we had worked for it for 15 years. And once we hit it, after we patted ourselves on the back, it was like, now what? Do we set another goal? Well, we couldn't think of another goal. So what we decided to do was to keep moving forward and to recognize the mistakes that we made, and we had made a lot over those 15 years. And if we saw this was happening again, that we would stop, we would talk about it, we wouldn't wait, and we would make plans to overcome those issues. And I think that's what I've decided to do with my eBay store. I don't know if your minds do this to you, but my mind is constantly telling me, Beth, your store could tank again in July, just like it did last July. That's not helping me. Beth, you're going to have a summer slowdown. That's not helping me. I had a summer slowdown last year, and I had a summer slowdown the year before. The difference was that last year in July, it just went, and it just kept dropping. And I'm not doing myself any favors by being pessimistic. But on the other hand, I'm trying not to be optimistic. I'm trying not to look at the numbers so much this month. Just keep cool, calm, and collected, and keep doing what I've been doing. And those numbers mess with my head. I'm also not worrying about feedback. I got a terrible negative feedback the other day from someone who received an Ankh top. And she said it was just in this most pathetic shape ever. And she threw her money away and she was donating the item. And the first thing, it took my feedback down to 99.7 when she did that. And my first thought is to be snarky and say, well, of course, you're going to donate this terrible item to someone else. And you think they want to wear this, right? Instead of contacting the seller and getting a return, and I have free returns. You'd rather throw your money away, give me a negative feedback, and give this terrible item to someone else. So what I did was I just wrote her and told her, return it and you get all your money back. I knew she didn't donate it, but I thought, well, who really gets, they get an item, it's terrible, and they immediately take it down to Goodwill and donate it. I thought, well, maybe she's got it in a bag somewhere. Maybe she'll find it and she'll decide to send it back. But no, she says she's already donated it. So I don't know, but I'm not going to let this feedback bother me anymore. It was surprisingly how quickly I let it go. But if I get negative feedback and it's affecting my numbers really badly, I do have a plan of something I'm going to do to prevent it in the future. However, if I do this, it's probably going to cause more returns, and I don't want that. I get enough returns as it is. And so that's going to be my last resort. So like if I get to like 95, maybe even 96% negative feedback, I will probably do something. But I have one negative from, it says 12 months ago, and that should roll off pretty quickly. And once that rolls off, hopefully I'll go back up a little bit. And then the one other thing that I want to do is I want to concentrate on my Poshmark. I want to try to figure out why my Poshmark is not performing the way it was a year ago. My Poshmark is just simply not growing. The sales are few and far between. The sales that I get are great, but I don't get very many sales. And surprisingly, I think I have 3 packages going out tonight for Poshmark, but I really want to look into that more and try to figure out why my Poshmark is doing so poorly. If those of you who are in the chat, if you sell on Poshmark, how is Poshmark performing for you? Because I'm not going to get rid of it because it is extra money at the end of the month, but for the amount of items that I have on there, the discounts that I provide for people, I should be selling more. I was before, and I don't know what the problem is. Sue, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Glenn, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Well, there's Circo. Ciro, why did I say Circo? I don't have my glasses on. Hey, Ciro, I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start off with some Juju, and hopefully you guys will make a sale during the show. Let me find one. Sue, you have crickets on Posh. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I don't have crickets, but it's just not what it used to be. It's just not. And I don't know, ever since they changed the algorithm last year, and then I think they changed it back, and then I think they may have changed it again. Like, I lost count. Things have not been the same for me on Poshmark. So now that we have a few people in here, I want to put the banner down. Unfortunately, Maggie and I had to postpone tomorrow night's show, so we are moving it to June 10th at 8 p.m. Central. It's a Monday night. We're going to be talking about clothing and media photography to resell on eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, and I hope you will join me for that. Hopefully, we won't have to move it again. And my Poshmark is totally stalled. I get about 1 sale a week if I'm lucky. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Well, that's bad to know, but it's good to know. Makes me feel pretty good. Do we have any birthdays coming up this week, or do we have any birthdays that I missed last week? Please put those in the side chat right now. And right now we are going to do concerns in the community. All right, so I want to add to my list tonight Maggie Doodle and her family. They are on baby watch tonight. So, grandbaby is coming, and we're hoping that there will be a grandbaby soon. And so if that's, she may not even be here tonight. I don't know. But Maggie, if you're watching later, we're sending you good thoughts and prayers and your family. Also, we send good thoughts and prayers to Jennifer Hayes, Pat Dees, Cindy Y, Key Lime Kisses, Adam's Exploits, and Chicken Toad, also known as Joanne. So if there's any other concerns in the community that I did not mention, please put those in the side chat now, or if you're watching later, please put them in the comments below. Would appreciate it. Mine is on Wednesday, but I'm not too happy about it. Sue, we're going to wish you happy birthday anyway. But first, what I want to do is take that off of there, and we're going to wish Sue a happy birthday as soon as I can find the birthday song. I know it's in here somewhere. Where are you? There we are. Happy birthday, Sue. I hope it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day. Happy birthday. I know when you get to be our age, we're just glad that we're here, right? I'm not looking forward to any more birthdays. We've all said that we don't want any more, what do you call it, surprise parties. I think after I turned 50, it was like no more surprise parties, and that's just the way it's going to be. So I need to move you guys over so that I can start shipping, because I have a lot of packages to ship out. I'm excited for you to see what sold this weekend. I had quite a few sales, and it looks like I've got 17 on eBay and 3 or 4 on Poshmark. I'm not really sure. One of them is a bundle sale, a Christmas sweater on Poshmark, which is surprising. Let me move this over so I can kind of see you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get started and see what's shipping out. This pair of jeans was only a size 16, I believe, but the fabric is so thick, I'm going to have to put this in a really big, what do you call it? This is from Heather. She's a repeat buyer. She's spent $21.98. They've been listed since 2022, which is why I took such a lowball offer. But I don't know. These things are just so heavy that they're not going to fit my normal 13 by 10 by 1 poly mailer. Once I get this first one up, it'll be easier to get all the rest of them up. So that was back when I was, I think, taking the backgrounds out, and I'm no longer doing that. In fact, I'm thinking about going through my ready to donate items and retaking photos without the background remover. So this goes to Heather. So again, she's a repeat buyer. Thank you, Heather. I have my thank you notes already made out, except for the name. She lives in Klamath Falls, Oregon. So what's been going on, everybody? I did have a hangout on Monday, and I think I have one on Wednesday. So if you need something to work to, I'd work on the other one, the second one, because the first one, my internet went out right in the middle of the live stream, and it ran for 30 minutes without me because I couldn't get back in to turn the darn thing off, and it was embarrassing. But I tried, and I tried everything I could to get it to come back on, and it just wouldn't. So this ships for $7.57, and she spent $8.90. No, she spent $9.99 on the shipping because this was such thick material. I need to put my banner down there. If you make a sale during the show, let me know, and I will play a song for you. And we're just going to hope my Rollo works tonight. My Rollo has been in and out constantly all week long. I'll ship like 6 items, and then on the 7th one, it'll just refuse to ship. And it's usually on a day when I have to be at work in a few minutes, and nobody's got time for that. I'm seriously thinking about buying something different. Crystal has like essentially the J. I need to get with her. And she said it wasn't expensive. And then just keeping my Rollo as a backup. I already have my Dymo as a backup, but I don't even know if I could get that thing working anymore. I really appreciate the sales this past month, but what you have to realize is the more sales you make, the more things you have to buy. I ran out of large bubble wrap. I ran out of poly mailers. I ran out of business cards. I ran out of all sorts of things, and that cost money. And so the profit that I made went to a lot of supplies. But so see here, it's gonna stall on me. Maybe a quick show here. Oh, there it goes. And then it decides to print. And then Microsoft is saying you need to sign in, and I don't need to sign in. I need to figure out how to get that off of there. Thank you. I don't know. Why is it not going on there? Where did it go? I don't know how. I'm 62 already. Oh, you and I are the same age. Awesome. And this is here. I pre-write my thank yous too, minus the name. And Carol, you'll be 62 also in December. No frown face, girl. We deserve every wrinkle we have, right? Every wrinkle. All right, this one I thought I had lost because the SKU number was missing. This goes to Elizabeth, and it sold for $14.99. Now, it's been listed since May, but for some reason, it was a smaller size. So I'm not really sure about that. Where that came from, it may have been a relist, but so I took a very low ball offer on that one. I'm trying to get rid of anything large and below, and I guess I don't know where that came from. It says it was listed in May. Oh, it was returned for fit. That's why. It was returned for fit in May, and so who knows when it was originally listed. I don't know. I put a brand new date on it when I relisted it, so that's why. My name is actually Elizabeth also, but I don't really go by that unless I'm in trouble. Jania does call me that if I'm in trouble, which is rarely, right? Usually pretty good. Anissa, what's been going on? I love all the photos of your girls when they were younger. I've been seeing those photos. They're so cute. All right, that's going to come in at 14 ounces. Yeah, I never thought I would make it to 62. I really didn't. And look at me now, 5 grandchildren later and 1 on the way. I'm really excited. They're going to come in for Father's Day. That was kind of a surprise to me. And so I got to get this house ready for toddler. I got a toddler now. And she's all over the place. Oh my gosh. She's all over the place. I think she thinks her name is No, because we have to say no constantly with her. All right, let's see what else sold this weekend. No appliance parts. They're just not selling. Don't know why. I did sell a really, it's called Faux here, Fohere. It was like a shredder, and I sold, and it was new. I got it at the flea market, and it's just like a funnel shredder, coarse cheese grater part, and it sold for like $49. I guess it wasn't on sale at the time, and they didn't make me an offer, and they didn't use a coupon, and I was like, whoa. Okay, I'll take that $49 for this little thing. All right, this goes to Jean, and she's also a repeat buyer. I have a lot of repeat buyers right now, and it sold for $28.74. It was listed in January. So we can get that to come up. Alfred Dunner, Anissa. Now that's pretty, right? And it's got the cheetah down there, and I didn't even see that. I didn't even put that in the listing. So almost $30 for that top. Again, that was listed in January, and it goes to Jean. She's a repeat buyer. Love my repeat buyers. I think when I looked, I had about 9 repeat buyers last month. So I don't know if they count them like just one time, if they buy a bundle, if they count them more than once. I don't know how they do that. But I've had some bathing suits selling, hit and miss, but I'm beginning to think that I made a mistake on the bathing suits. I don't know. I'm going to let it go for the summer, and if I don't sell a lot of them, I'm probably going to stop picking up bathing suits, because I would have thought by now they would have been selling more. They just haven't been as good as the pajamas. The pajamas they're constantly selling. I've sold several things that I bought Monday at Value Village, and a couple of men's shirts that I bought at Value Village have sold, and I think a dress possibly also that I bought there. So less than a week. And Jean lives in Missouri. Hey, Mike, how are you? You were listening while you're in the tub. No one's ever told me that before. Same crap, different day. I've had people tell me they've watched me on their TV, on their big screen TV, but never in the tub. Just don't tell me you listen to me on the toilet. My Posh sales are very slow, but mine have always been slow. I wish I knew what the secret was to Poshmark. I really do. Some people are killing it over there. And you get more on Bonanza. Really? I'm the Alfred Dunner selling queen. Well, I don't know about that, but I do have a lot of Alfred Dunner. I take the approach, the more you have of a brand and a size, the more you'll sell, because you have more options for people. But I really don't know. This is Southern Lady. It was listed in March. It sold for $21.34. And this is kind of cute. I get it confused with Simply Southern. Southern Lady. That's cute, huh? Mike, what are you up to tonight? Please tell me that your sales are up. Roxanne. Roxanne lives in North Carolina, Morganton, North Carolina. I don't know where that is. All right. And it costs $5.15 to ship to North Carolina. Well, Santa, I was just thinking about you. I was hoping you'd drop in. And I just sold something to someone in Morganton, North Carolina. Do you know where that is? Listening while making homemade salsa. So forgive me for not responding to any comments. Okay, I won't ask you any questions, Barry, but I will say that we all hope that you will make salsa for us when we come in September. We're looking forward to that. Can this get any slower? Morganton is a town near me that we ate the breakfast buffet at. Oh, at Abley's. Okay. Hey, New England Thrifters here. Good to see you here. I see that you have a wrench. I think it's been a while since you've been here. All right. This hasn't been my best sales weekend, but it's been about average. I think I've sold maybe 350, 400 maybe this weekend. I don't know. I haven't really added it up, but it's a pretty good week. And I typically make sales on Sunday nights when I'm sleeping, and I have no idea why. Okay, I believe this is a Poshmark. This is a flying tomato sweater. It sold for $15 on Poshmark. So I've told you guys before, I typically like to get at least $15 for each Poshmark item, at least. So what I do now is if I list it on eBay for $19.99 best offer, on Poshmark I list it for $25 so that when I give out 40% offers, it lands at $15. And a lot of times they take it, not always, as you can see, because I don't sell that many things on Poshmark. This is a very beautiful sweater. It is a size small, but it's been listed since March of 2022. So, but it's a really beautiful sweater. And I love flying tomato, but I'm not sure that now I would pick up a small. I would pick up a medium or a large, but see how long that sat, and it's in my sweater tubs, which take up a lot of space. And because I'm selling pajama, sets, they're going in my sweater section in my tubs, and I need that space for those pajama sets that I'm buying. So I don't know, was it worth the $15 to have it sit there for 2 years? I don't think so, but it's a beautiful sweater. Trying to get this to come up and find out who this is. Samantha in Edmond, Oklahoma. I've been there. I love me some Oklahoma, and I love Arkansas. Oh, I love Arkansas. Let me see if I can get this in a padded flat rate. I prefer to no, I don't like putting my Poshmark items in eBay poly mailers, but I do it for these. It's too big. And not because I'm embarrassed or anything. It's just that when people get it at the door and they're like, well, I didn't buy anything from eBay. It's kind of confusing. Well, I didn't buy anything from eBay. And then they realize it was their sale. So my mail carrier was in Cancun for 2 weeks, and 2 days they did not pick up. And so the post office got 2 emails from me basically saying, you better get your shit together. And night before last, the guy didn't come till like 8:30, and we put the porch light on, and he walked by. We have a little sidewalk, and he stopped, and he paused, and he looked at the packages, and then he walked on by. And so we're like, he's just going to go down the street and get his truck, right? No, he never came back. Very typical of what we go through here. Okay, this was listed in May of 2022, so exactly 2 years. It sold for $16.99 for that reason. And this goes to Michelle. And I still remember this top. This is cute. It's very sheer by Lane Bryant. It has a keyhole in the front. Very, very cute. Not sure why it didn't sell other than it is a smaller size. Really pretty watercolor pattern. So I was glad to see that go. They gave me a $10 offer, or maybe I offered $10. I don't know. If I have 4,300 items, so if I sold everything for $10, that's $43,000. That's the way I look at it right now. It's like I would take $43,000 right now if somebody would offer me $10. Wouldn't you? Like, I would. But again, my cost of goods, I have to keep them very, very low. Okay, so Carol says, I got a return request today for a $44 pair of vintage Guess jeans. The buyer said they were fake. They were not. I checked her feedback and she accused another seller of sending her fake Levi's. How about that, huh? So do you have free returns, Carol, or did they open up an INAD on you, or how did you handle that? Are you taking it back? I guess you have to take it back, but if it's an INAD, but are you going to fight it? I'm not really sure how you can fight that other than just move on. If you have free returns and she returns it and you refund her, typically the feedback should roll off automatically, but not always. And then just resell it to somebody else and maybe up the price a little bit, recoup your... I had probably 9 returns last month, and one of them was opened on May 19th, and they still haven't shipped it back, and it's still sitting in my returns. I had probably 2 others that rolled off, and the rest of them I did refund. All right, let's see this one. I bought a lot of these when I went to Value Village the other day. Yeah, this one, but this isn't one of them. George 2353. This is a typical George shirt that I sell, and I did pick up several of these at Value Village the other day. So, but that was listed in May. She only has 9 feedback, so I'm guessing she figured it's a way to return things and get free shipping both ways. But okay, so why would she return it? Why do you think she's returning it? She just didn't like it? Because otherwise she has no other reason to return it. You know. Instead of just saying I don't like this or I ordered by mistake, she's just accusing you of selling fakes. Is that it? Is that what you think's happening? I don't know. Who knows? People. I still can't get over the one I had last month, the instruction manual, and they said they thought they were getting the coffee maker, not the instruction manual. Yeah, right. All coffee makers are made of paper and are 16 pages long. Give me a break. Joey, this goes to Joey, and he lives in Georgia. I have free returns, and they automatically accept the return. If she gives you negative feedback, that should, if she sends it back and you refund her, that typically should roll off. If it doesn't, I would ask why. But it should roll off. Has she left you a feedback yet, Carol? That's why I just hate this feedback system. Anybody could say anything they want. Just literally anything they want. you know, their dog just died and they're in a pissed off mood. And so they're just going to write I have several feedbacks that aren't even for my items. I had the one last month that was for some makeup. I don't sell makeup. I was like, it was Estee Lauder brand, how much they love the Estee Lauder makeup. I'm like, oh, this wasn't even for me. They're size 28 and they run 80s small. Well, you know, she could have thought, well, they don't fit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it should roll off. Just put it in your, you know, consider it cost of doing business. I run into fewer weirdos on eBay than I did when I had my storefront. So there's that. This sold for $22.24. It was listed in April. This is a brand that can be bought at, I think, Target, Walmart. Faded Glory. This is a really cute sheath dress by Faded Glory, size extra large. I pick these up all the time. I just think they're so cute. And you know, they don't go for much, but it didn't even, it was just a month ago. This goes to Tonja, Tonja. Unless you pronounce it Tanya. I don't know. This feels a little heavier than a pound. She lives in Quinton, Virginia. Nope, it's right at a pound. So it'll go for $6.16. Woo! Anybody have any questions for me? Silent auctions, I believe my silent auctions have been fixed now on Sidekick. And if you want a Sidekick referral code, I have one. Crystal has one. Just let me know and I will give you mine, or go to Crystal. I'd like for you to give it to Crystal, really. They have a 7-day free trial and they also have a 30-day free trial. The difference between the 7-day free and the 30-day is if you're currently using a cross-listing program for Poshmark and you can provide them a receipt from the program that you're using, then they will give you a 30-day free trial. And basically they're trying to tempt you to cancel your other one. I unfortunately was not able to find my receipt because it comes in emails and I delete my emails quite often and I couldn't find one. So I had a 6 or 7 day, and I knew in my heart that I was going to switch. So just because of the price. So I went ahead and went all in. All right, where did this go? Mint Pineapple was listed in June of 2023. It sold for $26.77. This was one of those items I got out of my friend's aunt's garage. And this was one of the more casual pieces that I got. Mint Pineapple. Let me see if I can show you the... I put Mint Pineapple because that little icon right there is all you get. It doesn't say Mint Pineapple. Mint Pineapple is actually a boutique, and this is like their house brand. And so it took me several days to figure out what the heck this was. I tried Google search and Google images. It took me a while to figure it out. And then it's still really not Mint Pineapple, but it is the majority of what they sell. So that's what I put. And most all of them have sold. This is one of my last ones I have left. And I think it's because it's just much more casual. This person is Angela in Kettering, Ohio. I'm glad to see this go because that was a great buy. I paid $1 a piece unless they were new with tax. They charged me $2 for the new with tax. That was a great buy. And they immediately started selling I had so many Sew in Loves and Honey Me Curvies and Just My Size and all that. The brands were great, and they just started selling immediately. I'm so glad I did that. So this one goes for to Ohio 609 to ship this. I already read that. No feedback yet. Well, that's good. I can't imagine why she's saying it's a fake, Carol. She probably has gained weight and she doesn't want to admit it to herself. And so instead of saying these don't fit, um, or I didn't read the measurements, and even if they read the measurements, it doesn't mean they're always going to fit right. So she just didn't want to admit that, so she makes up something probably. You know, you could always ask her, like, what makes you think these are fake? Like, what are you looking at that makes you think these are fake? Oh, I did have a nice message on Poshmark today. It was a muumuu, and it was an Only Necessities muumuu, and the lady said, if you sell on eBay under this name, I believe I bought this muumuu from you, and you don't need to reply. And I went in there, and dadgummit, if it wasn't one that I've already sold it on eBay and I did not take it off of Poshmark. I love customers like that. So helpful. Okay, this is not going to work. I thought I was going to be able to get that Christmas sweater in there, and it's not going to work. This was a bundle sale. Let me see. Logo, Lord. I'm going to try. Wow, I don't know. It's going to be a tight fit, but I'm going to do it. Okay, so for $30, I sent this lady an offer for $30. So this is the first one. This is a Christmas sweater. Isn't that cute? I'm going to remove it because I don't want to show you her address. And then this Lori Goldstein tunic. Also she bought. That's cute. So there were 2 items that I want to get 15 each. So I offered her $30 and she took it. Does it tell me what the original bundle was? Yeah, she got, I don't know. I can't see. The original one was $25 for one of them and $28 for the other. So she got $10 off of one and $13 off the other. So it's a great deal. And they're out of here. But this is going to be a tight squeeze. I'm putting it in a priority A box because I saved all these priority A boxes. So I knew I would be able to use them on Poshmark. And because I'm not using priority mail on eBay anymore. I can use them on Poshmark. I was going to use them in a great big eBay poly mailer, but I don't even think these 2 would fit in there. So this is William. I don't know, William bought these or his partner, but thanks, William. And I got to figure out how to close this. There's a little bit of space there, but all right. Hey, Maggie. I was just talking about you. We sent out light and love to you. Any baby yet? All right, Carol says, the tags were all taken very close up in the listing, so I know she knew it was authentic when she bought it. When people claim INAD, then sellers have to pay shipping both ways. Yeah, but you can fight that after the fact. You can report her. And I don't know, Maggie, what do you think about that? I mean, sometimes when I know that I'm right, I don't give them their original shipping back and they get mad and everything. And I send it over to eBay and I report them and say, hey, this item is authentic. Just waiting. Okay. I have been known to do that. Not give them their original shipping back when I know they're lying, but it's risky. It's risky to do that because then they can turn around and call eBay on you. I mean, is it really worth it, Carol? Really? I mean, I don't know. All right, this sold for $24.65. It was listed in December. I paid $1 for it. It's really pretty. It's by Notations. It's a 3X 2-piece sheer overlay watercolor top. This goes to Barbara. Barbara used a coupon and it was sold on with promoter listings as well. So, you know, you got to figure all that in. Oops. All right, 8 ounces, very lightweight. Barbara lives in Brighton, Illinois. Maggie, do they know what they're having? I can't remember. Yeah, I usually do too. There was just one I didn't know. And she got really mad at me after the fact. And it was because when I received it, it wasn't in the same condition as because it was a new with tags, and she took the tags off. And so I withheld instead of withholding half of the sale, I just withheld the amount of shipping. And she got really, really angry with me. I think she was a seller too. And I was just like, well, there's nothing wrong with this item. She said all the glitter fell off of it. It was a Halloween shirt. And I sold that shirt I don't know how many times. And the glitter was perfect condition. And I was like, what in the heck? And then you take the tags off. And all right, this was a cheap sale, I'm sure. This is a Bobby Brooks. I hardly ever buy Bobby Brooks. This was listed in August of 2022, so it sold for $9.59 plus shipping. Total is $17.95. It's a large meditating sloth. Now, I have sold this crop top many times. It's a pajama top. It's cute, but it was a large, and I never should have picked it up. It sat for over 2 years. So, isn't that cute, though? But I hardly ever get Bobby Brooks anymore. It has to be something really, really special. And I mean, it sells. It's not for a whole lot, but not a medium. Glad to get that out of here. So now I started today inventorying my geometric section, and it has 400 items in it. So that means I took 400 items down out of my eBay store today. So is that going to cost me sales this month? If I can't get those up there, possibly, because that's a lot of items. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And then finally I'm like, this is the last section I have not inventoried since last year. I got to do it. And that's a lot of items not in my store right now to choose from. So I have to make sure that every single day, no matter what, I inventory like 4 boxes and get that stuff moving back through. Did I hit print label? Yes. I'm drinking wine. What is everybody drinking? This is the last of my wine. And I probably won't get any more because we need to get back on the diet. We're kind of like this week, half diet, half not. We're kind of easing our way back into it. So like one night we'll eat something Weight Watcherish, and the next night we'll eat something a little bit heavier. Now we're going to be surprised. Oh, well, that's nice. Not too many people do that anymore. So that's nice. I think on this 6th baby, they're going to go ahead and want to know the gender. The one that's the baby's going to be born the week of Thanksgiving. I think they've decided they want to go ahead and know ahead of time on this one. Well, look who showed up. Pat D's. Hey. So you're back in business, the powers. Yes, I'm back in business. I did a whole video on that, Pat, about the tornado and everything and how it affected my business and stuff. And I actually turned my eBay off completely for 8 to 10 hours. And then I chickened out. And it did affect my business for like 4 days. But I ended up regardless of that, May ended up being my best month ever on eBay since I started in 2017. So it didn't hurt me much. We just sent good thoughts and prayers out to you, Pat. Sorry you missed it, but we were thinking about you during concerns in the community. Glad to see you here. All right, this probably is a cheap sale. This was listed in April of 2023, and it sold for $17.59. So, and it's a size 12, which means it was on last month like 40% best offer. And Klein, will never buy them again. Goodbye. Never buy them again in that size. Not interested. This goes to Norma, and Norma lives in Michigan, Inkster, Michigan. This is a nice lightweight pair of pants, so it won't cost too much to ship. So I told my dad on Friday, I said, I might come up there and go to the flea market on Sunday. Might. I will call you if I decide to go to the flea market. And then what I'll do is I'll come up and see them afterwards, right? I lay down and take a nap today, and he calls me. And like my dad never calls me, so I'm thinking it's an emergency. I'm panicked when the phone rings from his cell phone. It's always an emergency. He goes, where are you? Are you at home? I said, yeah. He goes, I thought you were coming up here. I'm like, no, Dad. He goes, I was worried about you. No, Dad. Decided not to go to the flea market. But it was good to hear from him anyway. It was good to know that he was worried about me. But you have to be very specific. I just don't know how long it's going to take Janie and I to recover from this tornado thing. Like, I just don't. I mean, I caught her falling asleep again today, and we're sleeping. I mean, well, I'm waking up a lot. And like, whenever we have a storm, I just want to get home. I just want to get home. Like, I get panicked in the car. I just want to get home. There's a lot of anxiety over storms right now. And I don't know. I just want to be home more. All right. Let's see. All right. This is a just my size dress. Listed in April, sold for $30.60. See there, just my size. That's a Walmart brand. Not a really pretty color. It's brown, but I mean it sold in a month. Let's see what it looks like with the color wheel. See, so the brown shows up. I need to use my new color wheel. That looks tacky, right? That little, I don't know where that came from, that spot. Looks kind of tacky. This is a heavy dress. So it's a size 4X. This goes to Desiree. And Desiree lives in West Valley City, Utah. This is definitely over 2 pounds, so it'll be over $6 to ship, I'm sure. What's up, Pat? Are you still here? Maggie heard your grandkid watched. Did you see any yet? It's so exciting. All right, let's see how much this is going to cost. 13 times 10 times 1, 616. Are you doing Whatnot shopping right now? I'm glad to see that you're back on Whatnot, Pat. They said it was a mistake, right? Isn't that what that video said? I've watched so many videos. I was trying to catch up. I missed so many videos that week when we didn't have a hotspot. And now I think I'm getting them all mixed up. But I think you said they told you it was a mistake, right? That you were banned. Is that what the final say? Hey, Marie. Say hi to Justin for me. That's so exciting. I don't know if I hit print. Did I hit print? Go figure that. Yeah, I must have. Okay. Anybody else sell just my size? Oh boy, here's something white. I always get nervous about white things. Okay, this sold for $26.99. It was listed in February, and I paid $1 for it. And it is a Catherine's skirt, size 1X. It's lined, it's rayon, and it's a zip up. No color wheel photo on that one, and it is lined. I show the lining there, and that's one of the things I'm going to be talking about on our Tag Talk next Monday the 10th, is how I photograph skirts, so, and other things. And that goes to Arlene, and she lives in Pittsburgh. And this is going to be over a pound, I have a feeling. I don't know. With the lining, it probably is, and I have it at 15 ounces. Oh well. I don't sweat it anymore now that I'm doing ground advantage. Let's see. This feels like over a pound. Ooh, right at a pound. All right. So that is 616. Let's get the next one in line. After this is over, I'm going to go eat a snack with my wife, and then I'm going to go and record the final episode of my podcast. I have decided to take a break for the summer of my OCD podcast, and it possibly may be the last episode. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about that. But this will be the last episode for at least 3 months, and I'm looking forward to the break. it's about a gentleman named Matt, and I think he lives in Ohio. And he was diagnosed with OCD at the age of 14, and he's now 29. Very interesting story. All right, now we got a LuLaRoe something or another. This must be a Poshmark sale. All right. This is a Stacy dress, and it sold for $15 plus shipping. I can never get it to pull up. Very, very pretty pattern. Very, very colorful. Blue watercolor. Love that. All right. Excuse me a second while I pull up this label because I got to download it. They don't make it as easy. Oh, why it's hot in here. All right, this goes to Kayla, and she lives in Missouri also. It's my second Missourian. Is that how you say it? Missourian? I've sold to tonight. Smithville, Missouri. So in the morning, I'll get up and pack any orders that I sold overnight that I have to go get my car inspected because I failed to do that last month. And then go do my honey hole sourcing for the week. I'll probably be home about 2 o'clock. Anybody wants to work privately after 2 p.m. Central, hit me up. I'll be glad to work with you because I have a lot to do. This looks like a swimsuit. So let's see. Well, it's saying it's eBay. Okay, this is a swimsuit top, Croft Barrel. It was listed in May. It sold for $23.79. It's the top only. Again, this has been a very popular brand in my store for the last 3 or 4 months. So I'm picking it up any chance I get. That's a 26W double spaghetti strap top. This goes to Michaela. Michaela lives in Colorado. I run 2 plus size swimsuit silent auctions every week on Poshmark. Nothing. I do get some sales after the auction sometimes, but they're not necessarily the items that were in the auction. I had a lady the other night who ordered 7 tops from me, and she had been in the auction, and so she let me know that she had been in the auction and would I accept her offer, and I did. So it definitely will bring some sales for you, but you got to be patient. And I run them for 2 hours, and I start my items at $10 each. Some people start them at a percentage. I might try that, but I think the percentage would be higher, and I'm just trying to get people to my closet. So, and if it's something that's worth like $50 or something, I don't even include it in the auction for $10. I just skip it. But I could offer those higher priced items if I did percentage. But come on. I don't know, maybe next week. That's an experiment I could do. I could do silent auctions next week and do percentages instead of $10 and see if I get more sales that way, because I think Crystal does percentages. Never thought of that before. Everybody's just saying hi, just making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, this is a Laura Scott t-shirt. It was listed in February. It sold for $17. Anybody sell this brand? Not sure why I got it other than it's pretty, but that's just not typically. I think it's just because it's my colors, purple. I don't know why I bought it. $17. It's sold to Catherine. Oops. Catherine lives in Beaverton, Oregon. 7. Marie, if you're still here, are you near the Oregon border? Not doing anything. Maggie Berry was in here a few minutes ago. He's making salsa. Looks like I'm fuzzy. Can't find my mouse. Sorry. Come on. Come on, come on. It'll adjust itself in a second. I only have a couple more items. And then we're going to call it a night. Anybody make a sale during the show that I missed? Oh. Not one person? That's not good, guys. Uh-oh, why is it shipping? Why is it doing this again? I have 2 of them. Okay, this is by far my favorite, one of my favorite men's shirts to sell. This is Foundry, a 4XLT, sold for $34.18. It was listed in May. Hold on, this may be. Okay, this was purchased last Monday at Value Village for $2.60. I knew this would sell. It's dry wicking, antimicrobial. It's new with tags, but it had a tiny spot on the back. That's the one I told you guys that I think that's the one that kind of looked like it had like to me it looked like a cigarette burn. See? But it's not a burn, but it's a spot. And I couldn't explain it. But yeah, it took less than a week for that to sell. And they spent $34.18. That's not bad. They don't normally sell that much for that much, but I guess because it was new. Hopefully he read the description about the spot. His name is Joseph, and he lives in Norman, Oklahoma. Had another Oklahoma, Anogie, Edmond, Oklahoma earlier. All right. That ships for $5.93. Okay, Beaverton is about an hour and a half south of us. We're 5 minutes from Rainier, Oregon, and 45 minutes north of Portland, Oregon. Awesome. I had really high hopes of moving to Oregon at one time, but now I'm glad I didn't. But, you know, because of the life I have here. But that was really something I was definitely in the works there for a while. Sandra says, I'm back. 8 quarts of salsa done. I always make a bunch to share with family and friends. I was going to say, you don't eat all that, do you, Barry? What's the secret to your salsa? Do you put masa in it? What's the secret? I have a salsa recipe that I really love, and it has masa in it. I think that's what makes it special. I don't remember. It's a homemade recipe. It's really good. One more, guys, and then we're going to get out of here, and thank you guys for joining me tonight. All right, this is a Catherine's Suprema. Don't feel like I shipped all my Poshmark orders, so. Catherine Suprema 4XT. It was listed in April, so for $26.73. Polka dot, little tiny polka dots. Cute. It's not the raised dots. What do you call those raised dots? I can't think of them right. It's not raised. I don't know what I'm talking about. The raised dots. I want to say Dipsy dots, but that's the ice cream. Swiss dots. Swiss dots, that's what I'm thinking of. It's not Swiss dots. All right, this one is 13 ounces. So, whoops. Lumberton, North Carolina. This is Lori in Lumberton, North Carolina. Do you know where that is, Barry? I'm sure you do. You know all of North Carolina, I think. Sorry for the pause here. I'm just trying to see if it's gonna work on my last one. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna work. All right, let me go see if I have any. I have 2 items that I can send offers out on. So I don't feel like my traffic has been that good today, but that's kind of typical at the beginning of my month because I switch all my categories over, and I think eBay has a little bit of trouble with my algorithm getting it set up. Typically, my first couple of days is kind of slow, although I am above last month a little bit, but like 1 point or something. So I'm going to send these out, and maybe during the night these 2 will sell. And I don't know. Let me pull you guys over to say goodbye. I'm hoping to have a live working hangout this week. It's either going to be Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, dotted Swiss. Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue. Closer to the east coast of North Carolina. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so I'm hoping to have a live working hangout either Wednesday or Thursday, just depending on vet appointments and things like that. So we're still checking in with the vet every week, and we never know which day it's going to be. So I hope to see you there. And again, tomorrow night's show has been postponed to June 10th, 8 p.m. Central with Maggie and I. I hope you will join us then. Until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Don't forget to paddle on. We're all in this business boat together. And may God keep you in his pocket. Good night.